Alright, ladies and gents, we have got a treat today. Mostly because this is what I like to call a mystery knife. I don't know where it came from. I mean, my dad just, I guess he said that he found it somewhere or lying around and he just brought it home maybe? I don't know. I thought this may have been just some crappy knife and somebody had just tossed it on the street or whatever, but you can see that it's Benchmade. So I mean, this is a pretty good quality knife from what I've seen. I mean, I saw this knife in a hunting shop once, and it was over $100. So I don't know how a knife like that just ends up being left around. But, so this is my little review of this mystery knife. I don't know its exact name, but I do know that it's from Benchmade, and that it was black with partially serrated edge. Now, to get to this, in a previous video I mentioned how I prefer that kind of side lock. Well, I lied, and I realized that, and which I'll get into more later in this video. But this knife is, I mean, I don't know how long it's been going on, but I know that the edge is still really sharp. I don't know how to sharpen yet. I'm gonna learn how to sharpen because I'm not entirely sure yet. But I know this one is sharp, very sharp. Even though it's been through hell and back, as you can tell, it's a little wobbly. But I know this much: the serrations on the edge here are wicked, wicked sharp. Because I ended up cutting again. I had an accident with every damn knife. Anyway, I had a bit of an accident trying to cut through a ink thing a few years back, and it just went through that ink tube and completely sliced my finger. It was blood everywhere. Thankfully, I didn't have to get any stitches. I managed to stop the bleeding and everything was alright. But it's really interesting because I've had this knife for a number of years now, and again, I don't know where it came from. All I do know is that this is my favorite little pocket knife to have. One, because it's so small. It's something that you can carry with you everywhere, and it has multiple uses. It can carve wood, it can open up a package, it can cut rope, it can do whatever it is. Whatever it is that you need it to do, that's what it can do. And I'm an assist blade kind of guy, so I mean, I'm not crazy about the whole non-assist idea, but if you just get your finger up in there, it just, more or less, it'll snap open if you do it right. And, this interesting little thing, you can still close it with one hand, I figured out. So, that is, so yeah, that's the thing. And another thing that has to go with this kind of locking is that this knife is, this knife can be made as a thrower. I throw this knife, and that's really what makes it so good as a thrower, is that it doesn't have that lock there. So that lock doesn't move. This knife hits, and it sticks. It will stick. I've seen it go this deep into a tree and not move an inch. Thankfully to this. Because on here, when the knife hits, the knife wobbles a little bit. And with that wobble, that moves along with it. And so then it would just bounce right off and it wouldn't stick. But this one, I take it with me every morning, and when I take my dog for a walk, I just say, hey, let her go, and I just throw my knife at some trees while she runs around and does whatever she wants. If I want to bring, I don't know, a can of a peach maybe, I can use this to just pry it open and pop it out. Found some apples once in in some neighbor's orchard, and I just cut them up. Anyway, it just has multiple uses. It's a very good knife. I love the liner. fits perfectly with your thumb. It goes, from here to here, which is a perfect outline. So you have that comfortable grip of just regularly holding that knife, but you also have that slight thumb on the edge there to keep it precise when you're cutting something. Again, I don't know the name of this knife for sure. All I know is that it's by Benchmade. The blade, of course, isn't that long. It's probably about, I think, 3 inches, 2.75 maybe. But, yeah, so I think I'm getting into a fan of Benchmade knives. And I'm Apocalyptic Survivor, and I'm out.